Welcome to this SuperForm tutorial. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how SuperForm makes it simple to pull information from other boards into a form, and why this feature is useful. Let's start with an easy example. I run creative workshops that offer flower arranging, candle making, and calligraphy. Each workshop has more than one time slot available. Notice that calligraphy is closed for registration. I want to create a form in which people will only see and sign up for workshops that still have open registration. Here, you can see I can choose either the candle making or flower arranging workshops. You can see that calligraphy doesn't appear in the form because registration is already closed. When a user selects a workshop, its price appears automatically thanks to SuperForm's advanced form logic. Next, the user selects a day, and the form automatically populates more details about the workshop, specifically the times available. So, how does this work? SuperForm uses connect and mirror columns to fetch live data from other boards. These columns will automatically show up on your form. To make sure only open workshops are shown, we use SuperForm's logic-based filters. There are two types of filters: a static filter, which shows items based on a fixed value in another board. For example, you can configure the form to show only workshops whose status is marked as active, and a dynamic filter, which displays relevant data based on another answer in the form. For example, the price shown in the form is automatically generated based on the workshop chosen. Here's how it works. I have a workshop catalog board with all the categories, detailed boards with more info, and a participants board containing the SuperForm where I will record workshop registrations. When I open SuperForm on my participants board, you'll see the column icons on the right side. One is a connect column, and one is a mirror column. Let's start by opening the workshop category connect column settings and adding a static filter to show only workshops that are marked as active in the status column. Then, we'll open the workshop options column settings and add a dynamic filter to link the two boards. In other words, when the data in the details board equals the data in a workshops category question in SuperForm, the columns will be connected. To do this, I set up a two-way connection between the workshop catalog and the workshop details board. This connection will show automatically in the SuperForm. Now, when I go back to the form, I see only active workshops. Once I pick one, I see only the options for the selected workshop, in this case, flower arranging. SuperForm also lets you show your data as a static snapshot. You might wonder, what's the difference between these two options? The difference is the type of column used in the boards, and whether you're using connect and mirror columns or static columns like number and text columns. On the form, it looks the same. I pick a category, see the price, choose options, and pick a time. But in the background, it works differently. Here's how to set up SuperForm with a snapshot view. I made a text column on the participants board, then two more text columns and a number column. These are for the workshop, options, time, and price. In the workshop details board, I added a status to set the category of the workshop. In the SuperForm, I choose the board from which to fetch the data and set the filters for each desired field. For the workshop category, I set a static filter for active status, so that only active workshops will display in the form. Then, unlike the mirror method, here we also need to set the logic on the info columns, like for example, the price. Choose the board to fetch the data from, and the dynamic filter to make sure the right data is retrieved. In this example, I select where the item name in the catalog board equals the workshop chosen in the workshop category question in SuperForm. For the options field, I choose the board to fetch the data. Then use the same static filter and also a dynamic filter to link options to the chosen category. And for the when field, I do the same. So, when should you use each method? The connect and mirror column approach is best when the information in the board is more important than the information in the form itself. The form displays the current data, such as the current dates or current price. And if that data changes later, the board columns are automatically updated. For example, if the price of the workshop is changed, the data in the participants board will change as well. On the other hand, the snapshot method takes a snapshot of the data at the moment the form is submitted, and it remains that way in the board at all times. This is useful in two cases. First, when you want to run automations or formulas that don't support mirror data. And second, when it's important to commit to the information exactly as the user saw it. For instance, if someone selects a product price through the form, even if you later update the price in your board, the user should still pay the price they originally saw when they submitted the form. So, in short, use the connect and mirror column method when keeping the board data up to date as the priority, and use the snapshot method when it's more important to lock in the data as it was submitted in the form. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about how to fetch data from other boards, don't hesitate to reach out to our team at support@spotnik.com. See you soon.